American democracy sets our country apart from most around the world, but barely any Americans practice it. Only about 63% of Americans voted in the last presidential election, and that number is even less for city elections.
I mean, I voted in the presidential elections, but I have never voted in a city election, so.
Could you name your city council person?
I have no idea.
No. Not really.
No, I don't. Everybody else votes. They're all around the world. They love to vote. Here we don't take it as a gospel necessity.
I've just never taken the time to register, so a lot of it has to do with laziness and not paying attention.
And anybody who doesn't understand the political process doesn't appreciate what God gave them in this country.
So we followed around 3 candidates running for elected office to see how that process works.
This will probably be the largest changeover in city council in our lifetime at least, and maybe ever.
There are 17 city council members. All 17 of them are up for re-election. 7 of them are at large, meaning they represent the whole city.
Should focus on the city as a whole.
10 of them represent specific districts within the city.
These are petitions from thousands of voters.
Exhibit A, petition.
So we've knocked on voters' doors day and night. We've gone to subway stops, L stops.
Filled out both sides, very nice, notarized.
The sweat and the hard work and the faith of both this campaign and the voters are right on these pages.
I mean, there's all sorts of things that can be done correctly or incorrectly on these petitions.
So why are you collecting almost more than 3 times the amount?
It's to show the strength of the campaign, and it's also because
an opponent might challenge my signatures.
In the time-honored way of Philadelphia politics, some people might challenge other people's petitions.
It's certainly possible enough that I want to protect against it.
I wouldn't call it a load off my shoulders. I would say that we're proud of it, but I keep trying to say this campaign has to be just the way we would serve in council, which is we got that task accomplished. What's next?
Draw Stephanie Singer. Number 5. Next to draw is Margaret Tartaglione. Drawing for her will be Joyce Rawl. Number 7.
I mean, it's not a great ballot position, but just means I have to win on the merits. I think Marge didn't get a good ballot position. She got 7, so that's good for me. I got better than Marge.
Earlier that day, Singer, along with the citizens of Philadelphia Collection Agency, visited City Commissioner Marge Tartaglione's office. But she was not there.
And leave office the way you said you would, or give us our money back.
This office right here is the linchpin of a lot of the problems that we have in Philadelphia. And this office stops a lot of change from happening, stops good change from happening. There are no timesheets in this office. I believe a state rep made a request for the timesheets and they were denied on the grounds that there are no timesheets kept.
Fortunately, we caught up with Tartaglione after the ballot drawings later that day. Where were you this morning when around 9:30?
Why?
Oh, because Action Group came out kind of protesting you. Action Group came out kind of protesting you being in the elections because of you're enrolled in DROP.
I don't think it was none of your business where I was.
Isn't 9:30 city time?
Philadelphians have gotten used to it because for 35 years it's been the same story. And it all starts in this office.
No comment, no comment, no comment.
What does that say about you being in City Hall if you can't even answer something like that?
No comment.
What does that say about your position?
No comment.
You can't tell me if you keep timesheets, is that right?
Beg pardon?
You can't tell me if you keep timesheets?
No comment.
She told me off camera she's been seeing a heart doctor. Our sincere sympathy goes out to her. Although she seems to already focus on her health more than the city, we suggest it's time to no longer do so while on taxpayers' dime. Do you think that the corruption in Philly politics is something kind of cemented in the walls of City Hall, or is it something maybe we elect into office?
What a great question. It's certainly not cemented into my mind.
No, I don't think corruption is a given.
If you're a politician, people swear you're corrupt. If you're not a politician, all politicians are corrupt. And that's a bunch of malarkey.
Democracy means to me letting voters make a decision of who they want to be their councilman.
It should be like eating cheesesteak and rooting for the Phillies. It should be part of what it means to be a Philadelphian. because democracy was born here.
This is going to be a different year. You can feel it. It is happening right in front of our eyes.
Philadelphia's primaries fall on May 17th. Until then, candidates will just try to get their names known as much as they can. For PhiladelphiaWeekly.com, I'm Matthew Petrillo.